answer. So.
Well, thank you. I mean, it was quite a nice surprise. Like, it was like a different kind of message to get. So, and I don't know if I used to teach. I taught 17 years in elementary school. And so, yeah, in CMS. And so it was good to hear from a student. So, yeah.
Yeah, he was doing research on this project, so why don't you explain on it?
Yeah.
Alright, so basically our project is like helping around the community,
Huh.
like picking a subject, and I picked bullying.
Okay.
And you just research. There's like different objectives, like objective A, objective B, objective C, objective D.
Okay.
And for objective A, you have to interview somebody,
Okay.
and you were one of the options, and I chose you to be the best option out of
Okay.
those.
Thank
So, I can ask questions.
And
you. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm ready. Whenever you are. Yeah.
Alright, so, first question. How do you personally help people overcome bullying?
People who get bullied, you mean?
Yeah, people
Yeah.
get bullied.
Well, I mean, first we talk about it. You know, I have them tell me what happened. You know, and then we talk about some of their feelings. You know, how they felt about it, what happened. You know, and then try to help them. You know, eventually understand that. You know, it wasn't their fault probably. You know, this guy's just a jerk, or he's, you know, and maybe eventually try to get them to understand that, you know, bullies are kind of insecure people themselves, and, you know, but that's kind of where I would start, so that, you know, they're clear that, you know, it's really not anything you did that brought this upon you. It's just there's something wrong with that kid. You know?
Okay. Do you know any health concerns that bullying leads to?
Well, I think, yeah. I mean, I think that, you know, it can lead to anxiety. Okay, and so like that can have, you know, we know now like anxiety causes adrenaline to be released into the body. You know, so it's like you're living in a state of alert when instead of living in a state of like just calm, we're just sitting around talking. You're living in that fight or flight state, you know, if you're the one being bullied. So
Okay. How can teachers or parents help like, comfort people? I mean, students that are bullied. that are
okay.
being bullied.
Well, I mean, the best thing I guess to say is, you know, I'm sorry that happened, you know, and you didn't deserve that. And I think, you know, one thing that has to happen at the schools is the more people that participate in that, the better. The more the bully sees that, you know, 20 people are comforting this guy, you know, I mean, they need to see that they're the minority.
Okay.
That the class, the school is going to gang up on them.
How can bullying affect a child's future? Or,
Yeah, well, I mean, it can scar people. I mean, I have a client now who's I think he's probably about 30, and he's still, you know, he has some anxiety issues, and he's still trying to, you know, deal with the bullying that he put up with in high school, you know, and so I mean, it can last, you know, until you get some help and resolve it. So.
can bullying like go longer than school? Like, can you get bullied like after school
Mm-hmm.
or like
Yeah.
at work?
Yeah. Well, in fact, you know, even in the school system, you know, you know, I don't know if it was ever proven or not, but there were some allegations that, you know, some of the administrators were bullying some of the principals and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it can happen in the workplace, and it could happen in your neighborhood too. Kids gang up on you.
what actions of bullying can lead to suicide thoughts or depression?
You mean like that the actions that the
Bully
the
does.
bully does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can it be?
I mean, I think, you know, if, especially if he said like, you know, really hurtful things, like, you know, you're not worth anything, or you're a piece of crap, or whatever, you know, I mean, that stuff's more than just like the guy who likes tapping people on the shoulder all the time just to annoy him, you know. I mean, if you say mean things, you know, that would probably put someone at more risk.
Okay.
And not talking about it would put them at risk. So, I mean, if that guy came and talked to you and the other students and the teacher after that happened, he's much less likely to be susceptible to suicide or depression.
Okay. Is there a certain group of students that get bullied, or is it just everyone is a victim?
Well, it's people who that they think will not do anything about it. You know, it's people who they think like might be a pushover. You know, and you know, beyond a certain point, it could be anyone. But you know, if they're if you're standing around in a group of 3 friends and a guy comes up to you, you know, he's going to be less likely to bully than if you're by yourself, or you know, he's got 3 people with him, and you know, they catch you in the stairwell at school or whatever, you know. So
Okay. What are some reasons why bullies actually bully people?
well, that's a good question. More and more we're finding out like they in their lives they feel out of control in some way. Like usually there's some hurt in their life, okay, and this doesn't make it right what they're doing, but it's helpful to understand, you know, that you know, this person may have been really hurt himself, and he needs some help, you know. So again, it doesn't justify what he's doing, but it helps to understand maybe that, you know, the bully's been through some really hard times and he needs some help, and he's just doing it the wrong way. You know, he's getting power by hurting other people.
What are some recommendations or like things you can say to people that can help people help students help other students
Yeah.
to stop bullying?
Well, yeah, stick together. I mean, it's really, you know, if one person stands up to the bully and 29 people in the class are quiet, you know, that's not going to work as well as, you know, everybody else chiming in saying we're not going to allow that. You know, we're not going to allow that. You know, so I think working, you know, it has to be like classroom wide or school wide or grade level wide. You know, the more people that support that, you know, the more effective it's going to be.
No, or you
Yeah,
have
that's it.
okay.
Okay.
So any other common concerns you have, apart from questions you want to know?
That's it.
I'd be curious. How did you find my website? Like, or
Website.
my
Basically, I just searched up like people who like come for people bullying people.
Okay.
People
Okay.
who bully. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm doing some advertising
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff, and some work with search engine optimization. So
That's
it's
good,
good to
yeah.
know that it's coming up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was doing his topic.
Okay.
So he and his another friend, supposed to come here, but he had his dental appointment, so
Okay.
he has his teeth pulled. So
Yeah.
so both worked on this topic, and then he did some research and said, hey, I want to find out who in Charlotte is doing
Yeah.
it. So I
Yeah.
said, okay,
Okay.
I'll let you.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Well, thanks for picking me. And if you want me to come out to the school sometime and talk to the school, I'm happy to do that.
Absolutely.
It's always good for me to meet the counselors there. So,
Oh yeah.
you know.
You can make the connection.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be
Figure out
great.
every middle school is the first step, you know,
Yeah.
before they go to high school.
Yeah, yeah. Well, cool. Well, thank you for bringing
Yeah,
it.
thank
I
you so
appreciate
much.
that.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you
Yeah,
guys.
that's
Yeah. You play soccer?
Yeah.
All right. How about you? You
Yeah.
play soccer?
People are soccer, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
really appreciate
It's
it.
good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'd probably realize that pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Sir, I appreciate y'all coming down here. Have a good year. Hopefully I'll see you at school. All right.
See you guys.